Hey, what's up everybody? Today I am here to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day, the next entry in the MCU Spider-Man franchise, releasing next year, July 31st, 2026. It is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, who also directed Shang-Chi back in 2021, and I'm going to piece together everything I can about the storyline from the cast, casting rumors, timeline placements, other projects surrounding the movie's release, and the title of the movie itself. Spider-Man Brand New Day is set to star Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Zendaya as MJ Watson, Jon Bernthal as the Punisher, Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk, Michael Mando as the Scorpion, Marvin Jones III, aka Krondon, as Tombstone, Jacob Ballatin as Ned Leeds, Sadie Sink in an unknown role, Tremel Tillman in an unknown role, Liza Collins-Zayas in an unknown role, and J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. I believe that's all the confirmed cast, but it's also heavily rumored that there will be appearances from Mr. Negative, possibly played by Stephen O. Young, who previously played the character Insomniac Spider-Man for PlayStation. Boomerang, a lesser-known villain from the comics, and Yelena Belova, played by Florence Pugh. I should also mention it has been rumored Charlie Cox will return as Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. However, Vincent already implied he is not returning as Kingpin in this movie, and there are rights issues preventing this from happening. One mystery surrounding this movie is that of who Sadie Sink is playing. You may know her from her role in Stranger Things as Max Mayfield. A few possibilities are Mary Jane Watson, Jean Grey, or Firestar, given that Zendaya is already filling the role of Mary Jane even though they renamed the character to Michelle Jones Watson. I think the most likely option is Firestar, who you may know from appearing in the animated series Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Heroes side, it looks like there will be Spider-Man, the Punisher, the Hulk, possibly Firestar, and Yelena Belova, aka the second Black Widow. As for the villains of the movie, it looks like it's going to feature Mr. Negative, Tombstone, Scorpion, and Boomerang. Also, it's been rumored Tremel Tillman will be playing a villainous role in the movie. Some have said Norman Osborn, but if Norman does appear, I think it'll be in a smaller role. I don't think he'll be suiting up as the Green Goblin yet. Another possibility is he could be playing Jefferson Morales, the father of Miles Morales. I think Kevin Feige has said they are holding off on using Miles as supporting cast until after the Spider-Verse movies finish, but you never know. Especially since Kevin has probably expected the last movie to come out in 2024 like the rest of us, but of course it was delayed by 3 years. If this is true, I could totally see Liza Collins-Zayas playing Rio Morales, as she is a Puerto Rican American actress, but some have said that the age gap between them seems too big. It's like 13 years, but I guess I will have to wait and see who they're playing. As for the timeline placement of this movie, we know it's the very last Marvel movie to release before the double whammy that's going to be Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. There's also this TV series to keep in mind. There are a few coming out, but the important ones to know are Daredevil Born Again Season 2 releasing March 2026, and the Punisher special presentation releasing sometime in 2026. This is actually going to be the third special presentation in the Multiverse Saga after Werewolf by Night and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, both released in 2022. Next, I want to talk about the possibility of Spider-Man appearing in Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Yeah, I know it's highly unlikely, seeing as Sony hardly allows Spider-Man to appear in MCU movie that isn't his, unless it's an Avengers crossover of some kind, and this is a TV series, so I'm sure there's more legal logistics to consider. But just looking at the facts, fans of Daredevil noticed that in episode 9, while Daredevil and Karen Page discuss forming an army to defeat Kingpin, a variation of Michael Giacchino's Spider-Man theme can be heard in the background. The creators of the series confirmed that this is his theme, but they did not put it there. It was actually Kevin Feige who did it for a reason unknown to them. Now, as for the title of the movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day, a lot of you probably recognize it as the title of a comic storyline released back in 2008. Brand New Day was a story that explored the aftermath of the infamous One More Day, which followed Peter and MJ making a deal with Mephisto to give up their marriage in exchange for Aunt May's life. This was a time in the comics after the Civil War storyline from 2006-2007, where Iron Man convinced Spider-Man to reveal his identity to the world, which led to Spider-Man's friends and family, specifically Aunt May, being in danger. So Spider-Man made a deal with Mephisto to both save her life and make everyone forget who he is. The spell didn't make everyone forget Peter Parker like it did in the movie, but it was more like the first suggested spell from the movie where everyone just forgot Peter Parker was Spider-Man. And although the new spell that Doctor Strange cast didn't bring Aunt May back, it did get rid of his relationship with MJ, just like the comics. As for other similarities to that storyline, both Brand New Day storylines, the comic and the movie, seem to feature Mr. Negative in a major role, and surround a time in Peter's life where he's had a reset, and his secret identity is back, and he lost his relationship with the woman he loves. So the title Brand New Day definitely signifies Peter starting over with a clean slate in both the movie and the comic. Now I want to theorize about the storyline of this movie. Some sources have said that the storylines of both Born Again Season 2 and Brand New Day are connected, and I'm not surprised by this, since Daredevil will be building an army of vigilantes to battle Kingpin in Born Again Season 2, and I think it's very likely the season will end with Kingpin being off the streets again, whether in prison or in hiding. This will explain his absence in Brand New Day and open the door for the emergence of two new street-level threats, Mr. Negative and Tombstone. This will probably be similar to how Kingpin was locked up towards the beginning of Insomniac Spider-Man, followed by Spider-Man's battle with Mr. Negative in the main story of the game, and Tombstone's appearance in the DLC. I think this Brand New Day will involve a turf war between Mr. Negative and Tombstone, similar to how there was a turf war between Big Donovan and Scorpion in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man earlier this year. And I think it'll be similar to how back in the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series, a major plotline was Tombstone turning crooks off the street into supervillains in order to keep Peter distracted from his illegal gang activity. I think something like that is happening here too. Both Tombstone and Mr. Negative will be trying to fill the power void that Kingpin left behind. But in order to keep Spider-Man out of the way, Tombstone will be turning crooks off the street into armored supervillains. It'll involve breaking Matt Gargan and Frederick Myers out of prison and giving them the Scorpion and Boomerang suits. As for Mr. Negative, I think his plan will be something even more dangerous. It's been rumored that the real Raging Hulk will return in this movie, not just Smart Hulk. The real Hulk hasn't been seen on screen since 2018 when he lost that fight to Thanos. So the Bruce Banner personality has been inhabiting the Hulk body for a while. And when the real Hulk is released, he's probably gonna go on a rampage worse than what we saw back in the 2008 movie. And since Mr. Negative's whole thing is playing with people's minds, it's easy to guess he'll be the one to release the Hulk. It'll be up to Peter to calm him down. This also gives me a decent guess for why Yelena is getting involved, since she is the foster sister of the woman the Hulk loved. She could bring a sense of familiarity to him, and she has experience with both mind control and providing comfort to people suffering from multiple personality disorder, who have their head in a bad place. I think she's going to be useful in this situation. So, as for my educated guess of the plot of this movie, and I want to emphasize this is pure speculation from various rumors and announcements, I think the movie will begin with a montage of Peter going to college classes, giving photos of the Daily Bugle, stopping random crimes, and volunteering for Feast, the homeless shelter from the last two movies, that's actually owned by Martin Lee, aka Mr. Negative. There'll be some kind of news broadcast about the defeat and arrest of Wilson Fisk at the hands of Daredevil, and Peter will run into Ned Leeds and Betty Brant, who are both working for the Bugle. And even though they don't remember him, I think they'll still be friendly to him, but Peter will remember the last time he let people get close to him and how they got hurt because of him, and he'll keep his distance. I think we'll also see Bruce Banner teaching for ESU, where Peter is a student, and one of his classmates will be Angelica Jones, aka Firestar. And then he'll find a clue that'll lead him on an investigation into the sinister plans of Tombstone and Mr. Negative. In order to keep Spider-Man distracted, Tombstone will break Boomerang and Scorpion out of prison and send them after Spider-Man. And around this time, he'll run into the Punisher, who's also investigating Tombstone. Spidey and the Punisher will almost defeat the villains, but they'll get away. Then I think the two of them will continue the investigation. Around the second act, be on the verge of finding Mr. Negative's whereabouts, when suddenly the Hulk will be unleashed and wreak havoc on downtown Manhattan. This is when I think Firestar will show up, and Spidey will ask her to help keep Hulk distracted while he goes for more help, and he'll show up to the new Avengers Watchtower and find Yelena. Yelena will say she knows what to do, and Peter will sling her down to the Hulk's location, and she'll be the one to help calm him down. Meanwhile, Punisher will have disappeared to further the investigation. investigation, since he knows Hulk was just a distraction. The climax of the movie will see Spider-Man caught in the crossfire between Tombstone and Mr. Negative's men, and he'll beg Banner to let the Hulk out again, and he will. And Hulk, Firestar, and Punisher will battle Tombstone and Mr. Negative's men, including both Boomerang and Scorpion. And also, I think Spider-Man will go up against Mr. Negative 1v1, who will try to use his mind powers to throw Peter off. But since Peter's already fought Mysterio and knows how to use his spider sense, he won't have that much trouble. But it will make him do some self-reflecting, where he realizes he does need to open himself up to making friends again, even if there is a risk they'll get hurt because of him. And the next time he sees Ned and Betty, they'll invite him to hang out with their other friends, and will be reintroduced to MJ and Flash Thompson, and maybe even meet Harry Osborn. That's all I have today. I hope you guys are excited for this movie as much as I am. It does look like it's going to be something really special, since Tom Holland is doing his own stunts, they're shooting on location, doing practical swinging again, and the suit just looks amazing. Everything I've heard about this movie gets me really excited. I know it's been a while since I released a video. I've just been busy with work and life, but I appreciate the support I get from you guys. I'll try to have a shorter gap before the next video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.